Oh my goodness gracious. I am here. Slow to get here, but I'm here. Only a few minutes late. I'll give you a minute for y'all to come in. Holy cow. It is bright in here. I don't like that. There we go. There's my light. And turn it down. All righty. I've got it. Welcome, welcome. October 30th, 2024, the night before Halloween. Let's hope this is all working and everything's back up in order. Please comment. When you get in, hit the like button. Show people that you care, that you like it, whether you do or whether you don't. It don't make no difference. You got to hit the like button for me. Oh, it was a long day. Long day today. But we're here. I got my new little amp to show off. You can hear me? Good. Good, good, good. See, Colleen, I remembered your name. So the C. Carly messes with me. Charles, what are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Want to come join or you just going to hang? Or just come in for a little while. Or don't come in at all. Life's easy. It's decisions that are tough. Oh, I'm up. Though I'm going. Had to get that. I got a new video out. I'm sure some of you, I know you guys have seen it. On Waylon Jennings, I did that. I barely remember my name. Boy, I know. From day to day. I'm like a goose. I wake up in a new world every morning. That's all right. If you want to, I'll send you an email. You can come hang with us for a while, and then when you got to go, just leave. Hang on a minute now. Let's see if I can do this real quick. Oh, yeah. Copied. I got that part right. Now, and I know what I got to do. I got to get to my email. Got to get to my email. Yes. Email. Let me see. There's my email. And we'll compose one to Charles75N. And paste. And send. Your message was sent successfully. My message was sent successfully. Yes, it was. Well, Charles, you can come on and hang for a little while if you want to, and then when you got to go, you got to go. That's the old sayings. Heck, anybody can come in and hang out if you want to. I don't care. I think I can only get 3 people on here at a time. Because I'm a cheapskate and I don't pay. Although I might get it, I don't know. Who knows? What's been going on? Everybody ready? Is everybody ready? And here he is.
Well, hello there, Doc.
And here's Charles.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing all right. What are we talking about tonight? What do you got on your agenda here?
Music, and maybe a movie or two. And
I like your style.
My new amplifier over my right shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Can you see that back? Wait a minute, I got to
I,
move
I
this way.
can, yeah. I'm intrigued. It's
No.
mic'd up and everything. Look at that.
Yeah, well, I've been messing with it. I haven't got it. This is it was very simple. I only like tube distortion. I don't like distortion pedals. I never, the only distortion pedal I ever had that I liked was a tube screamer.
Mm-hmm.
And to get one like I used to have, they want $300 and $400 for them. And I'm not going to pay that, and I don't need it anyhow. So I had to find a way I could get tube distortion. Well, I had a Fender Blues Junior here, but the only way to get distortion was to overdrive the preamp and everything like that, and I didn't want to do that. I don't like that. I like it where you turn everything up on 10 and it grinds. So I searched and searched and researched and searched, and I ordered a Fender Vibrochamp Reverb, a 69. I think it's 69 reissue. It's exactly 5 watts with a 10-inch speaker.
Oh, that fits your purposes real good.
Huh?
That fits your purposes real good.
For right here in this room,
Mm-hmm.
I can put it on like 4.5, and it'll play really clean, and I can play on it, and it's a fine volume. And all I got to do is start going up to 5 and past 5, and the more I go, the more distortion it gets, and it's all tube distortion. And it's a real simple cut and dried amp. The only thing different between this one and the old ones, this one has a digital reverb in it, and the old ones had the spring reverb. But this one has the tube vibrato. It sounds like a Princeton or a Deluxe, except I can't turn them up that loud in here. And I don't play out anymore, so it didn't matter. So I got this one. It was kind of an anniversary present too. Today's mine and my wife's anniversary.
Well, happy anniversary to you both.
Well, thank you. And after all them years of putting up with all them loud amps and stuff, now she don't have to. I got that. But that's what's going on with the amp.
Stay married that way.
Yeah. Not many people out tonight on YouTube. YouTube's been real slow the last week. I don't know if you noticed anything over the weekend.
I think people are gearing up for Halloween.
I don't know. It's been slow. I do know that, just from watching like videos and things, views on videos, and just people coming in and making comments and things on the videos. And I use my community a lot too. I know you see it once in a while. You get through there. And I use that a lot. And usually I get a lot more people on there. But, some weeks are good, some are bad. I guess, for people up north, this is probably their last nice weekend.
Yeah. So they're getting out and making the most of it.
Exactly. And I don't blame them. They should. Weather down here is getting nicer. It's cooled off a little bit. The high today was like 86, but there was not really much humidity or anything. And it's been a little bit better. So, life is good down here on this latitude. How's it over there in
It's pretty good here. We got a little bit of a cold front coming in today, so we're hoping that turns into something because our ACs are still running down here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. My AC's going full blast.
Yep.
Mine will run. My biggest problem here is keeping the humidity out of the house.
Yeah.
It can really get humid. That air quits, and the humidity just starts getting stifling inside the house. Ours will run though until about probably around Thanksgiving. It's when we usually get done with air conditioning. Our furnace though don't run down here more than I bet you our furnace don't run 48 hours in the winter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just in the mornings. But we don't like it hot and stuffy anyway, so.
Well, I was always wondering, do you run run dehumidifiers down there?
Yes, there's a dehumidifier on my hooked up to my furnace and air conditioner, my central air. I I don't think it works actually. It like I said, when the air conditioning is running here in the house, it pulls the humidity out pretty well.
Hmm.
It'll do that. Hey, there's Dennis Ellis. Hi, Dennis. How you doing, buddy? It'll pull the humidity out. It's just outside where it's. I mean, you can't. You know, down here. I mean, I know you guys are hot over there too. Like in the summertime down here, you can't go out and sit on your screened-in room in July
No,
or August.
it's just
Yeah.
it's that effect of you take a shower and then you just shower after your shower.
Yeah, exactly. I got the wild hair. I like to invent things, man. And I was going to make one of them. I don't know if you've ever seen them. You take water bottles and you freeze them,
Hmm.
and then you can stack them up and pile them up in a 5 gallon bucket. Well, I found the sleeves for them 5 gallon buckets. It's like they're turn a 5 gallon bucket into a styrofoam cooler, set
Right.
the, and put the sleeve in. Well, I cut holes in it and I put some PVC pipe. I made an air conditioner out. Put a fan in the top of it. I set that out there on the table. I thought, we'll sit out here in August, and I sat there for a couple minutes, and by the time the air got from there to here, it was hot.
Yeah.
And you was sweating. I said, forget it. I'm just going inside, man. I'm going to stay inside. I will go out. We'll go down. If you go down the water down here, it's not too bad. Getting the shade and the Gulf breeze coming in, it's nice. It's
Mhm.
very comfortable. But like sitting here around our lake, and the air is kind of
Yeah. When it's
just,
still, forget it.
yeah, forget it. I don't stay out in that, but I will be out a lot more now. The winter's coming on. Then we average about 70, 75 during the day and around 50 at night through January and February. And that'll do it. And we got one more storm coming up. I don't know if you've seen that or not. They're saying next
No, I
week.
have not seen that coming yet. We got something, like maybe part of what's bringing us our cold front, though. Now that I think about it.
It is. It's bringing it all up across and a lot of rain too from Texas all the way up through Missouri and
Hmm.
Kansas, Oklahoma, all that up there. It's supposed to be getting a lot of rain the next 5 days. I think Texas, like half of Texas, is right on the border of where it starts, but that's where that front's
Yeah.
coming through.
Well, we could use some here. We're parched.
Yeah, oh boy, give you some here. We still got a lot of water standing around here. Believe it or not, the rivers are still high uh, from that last one. But no, it was a good summer. It was all right. We had a few storms, and we got that. What's going on now. It'll get out there in the Gulf or something, but the water's too cold, and there's just too much high pressure around to let it get. It won't do nothing like Milton did if it does. So I don't even worry about it. I'm getting ready to pull the generators out and fire them up, make sure they work, drain all the gas out of them, and put them away for next year. So, what's been going on? You building any good guitars or anything like that?
I have. I was hoping last Sunday to get out into the workshop, but some
Yeah,
things happened here family wise, and that just
yeah,
did not materialize.
yeah.
So, of course, that won't happen tomorrow, but I'm hoping Friday that I'll be able to spend some good time out there, and Sunday as
Yeah.
well. So
Yeah. It's tough when you got because you're working a full time job now too.
that I am. That I am.
And I remember the days of working a full time job and then trying to find time for what I really wanted to do. And it was hard. I'm glad I'm retired, but um, you don't have the time, and you have to pick and choose, and then you've got maybe 2 days a week to do something. In between
Mm.
that, you got family and you got friends and you got household deals that has to be done, and
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Every time I go out to the workshop, something else in the house doesn't get done. Right? It's like
I know
part of it all. You know.
I I know what you mean. You know, I got little things I did last weekend. I got out and power washed the our carport. You know,
Mhm.
the roof of it, it's aluminum and everything like that. Well, the humidity and stuff gets up there, and in the mornings the water will be dripping from it, and you start your car up, and the soot goes up there and leaves all these little black spots. Well, I went out and I power washed them all off weekend before last. Who else is coming in?
Well, it's down here in Texas. We have I have two huge live oak trees in my front yard. They're 24 years old,
Yeah,
and they have been dropping acorns steadily for the past month.
yeah,
I have cleared my driveway and sidewalks in the street 4 times, and they're
right,
still
yeah,
it's full again. It's like, come on.
yeah. I don't. I got a couple little palm trees here, so I don't have that much to worry about. Um, but I have a very small yard compared to what I used to have.
Hmm.
Okay, we got some people coming in. You want to say hi, Charles? Here.
Well, hello there, Ryan Hall, our everyone's favorite music in law.
Favorite music in law.
Everyone's favorite music in law.
Yeah. Michael Tuning.
Michael Chewing. Well,
Hi,
hello.
Michael. Where you from, Michael? You got to tell us. We got to know. We like to know things here. Hey, Dennis Ellis. It's
Hello there, Dennis.
Hornback. I just call you Hornback. I ain't gonna try to say all that. We're both. I'm doing fine, Charles.
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right here. We're just hanging around, and it's Halloween, and well, it is. Yesterday was the 53rd year. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to figure in my head. I know I just made the post. Dwayne Allman was killed 53 years ago yesterday. He had that motorcycle wreck, and there's still people talks about that. You know that he was 24 years old. Now he was almost 25, but he didn't start playing guitar. He started picking up Greg's guitar when he was like 14, 15 years old and noodling around with it. He didn't get his own guitar until he was like 16, almost. I think it might have been the Christmas that he turned 17 that he got his own guitar.
And
He,
I
he,
think one of the interesting things with the Allman Brothers is that a lot of people know their music but don't know they know it.
exactly. Mm-hmm,
You know?
mm-hmm. Yeah, and Dwayne, you know, his guitar playing, it just it got so good so fast. He
Hmm.
didn't even start playing slide until he was like 18, 19 years old. And at 21, he was playing slide up there in Muscle Shoals at the studio on all these, you know, over 100 recordings of him, you know, playing. I'm sitting there going, my God, how do you get so good so quick?
You know, it's really amazing when people really put their minds to something, what they can accomplish. But that's got to be the thing that you truly want to accomplish.
Yeah.
Right? It's got to
Well,
be kind of like your end all be all.
exactly. You know, I mean, I was young and I started playing music, and I did for quite a while until I decided that, you know, there's two ways to make money in music. You can be a cover band and you can make some money, or you can go for broke and try to write songs and get a record deal and make a living at it.
Mhm.
And even though we wrote and we had our own little, it was cassette tapes back then, out at the time, you know, the realization hits you when you're 25, 26 years old and you start going, you know, this isn't going to work. and and you see how really hard and how lucky you got to be. And I, you know, about 30, I come home about 30 years old and got a job and started working. And I'm glad I did. I never quit playing. You know, I'd always play on
Oh, yeah,
weekends. And
for sure. When that rent is due,
yeah,
that's a
that's
sobering
just it.
experience.
But you know, you look at guys like the Allman Brothers. You know, Greg and Dwayne. They never had a job. Are you kidding? They just played music around. They lived with their mom, and then they went off and started playing and but they started recording,
Mm-hmm.
and they did one thing that was smart. I think they got into the blues field. They wasn't considered rock and roll really at first or southern rock. They was kind of a blues rock and roll funky band, back in the '60s.
Mm-hmm.
And they got noticed, and they was young guys. They was good looking, and they was good, and they they never did have a job, and they
Yeah.
starved a lot, and I didn't like to starve. I really and truly didn't like that. I hated living paycheck to Wednesday and then wonder what you're going to do Thursday, Friday until you get paid again
Oh,
on
you'll
Saturday.
never call me late to supper. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it really got bad. So I that's when I came home and I played all the time, but I had to work too. I just couldn't do that. There just wasn't enough in it. The good thing about playing music, it was always a great extra income.
Mm-hmm.
And when I started working again full time, winters wasn't real good for us, so I always had that music money coming in. I kept myself going. If I looked at it at a yearly income, it was okay doing it that way, but you had to have the supplement to go with it. And it was better because I got so tired. The bad thing about playing like that, you're playing top 40, whatever's on the radio, and you having to learn song after
You're always
song every
learning
week.
something new, and you're playing a bunch of songs you may not like, and yeah.
Yeah. And they're not songs that I don't like. It's songs that I'm tired of playing. Is what it really got to be.
So,
You
Doc,
know,
what is your song that you hope you never have to play again, ever?
wow. I don't know. I'd have to think about that. I mean, I like. I've been away from it so long
Mhm.
now that I like to play anything. It don't matter to me right now. I'll play any song. Um, I guess if it had to be one, Mustang Sally. Boy, I played that song a lot.
Great song, but if you have to play it all the time, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it was one of them solid request songs. Old Time Rock and Roll was another one. And
Mm.
although I love the song, I love to listen to Seeger do it. Playing it all the time, and trying to sing. The bad part was trying to cover all them songs. We most groups that I was in, we had two singers. We at least had two vocalists.
Mhm.
Me, and there was always somebody else
Yeah,
too.
there's someone you can trade off with.
Exactly, and trying to cover a lot of songs, it's hard to do. I mean, and get them to sound properly. But then you come to the realization, you know what? Them people don't care what you sing old time rock and roll, how you sing old time rock and roll. They really don't care. All they care about is dun 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 dun.
Mhm.
And they want that beat, and they get out there and dance, and they could care less what you sing or what you play. And you start learning that, and then you start turning into a robot on stage. I mean, I know there's nights I played and I wasn't drinking, and I didn't even think. I just sat there and, my mind was somewhere else, and I was just doing what I had to do to make the money. And boy, when it got to that, I guess I was probably 45, probably about 45, maybe going on 50, that I just quit and said, you know what, I'm not going to play for a while anymore. I mean, I didn't need the money. The money is always nice. You know that as well as I do.
Oh yeah.
And everybody knows that. Extra money is always good. But to, not need it and getting away from it was really good for me because I was away from it for, I don't know.
Mhm.
I only played at my house. I mean, I played at my house. I had a piano set at my house, and I always sat down at the piano and played. I always had a guitar or something out, but not having to go and play what them people wanted was really nice for a while. And then I went back to playing weekends, and I got tired of the band thing because it's too much of a headache to keep people together. And this, when you start getting up in years, there's so many. Everybody's got personal things they want to do.
There's always something, and unless you really click with the guys you're with, right?
Yeah, that's it. And you have to have it to where they respect, we're going on vacation this week. Get somebody to fill in, and do this.
Dennis Ellis can tell us about that because he's in the comments here. He's talking about that their keyboard player walked out of practice this week, and so that may be it for the band. And, hopefully that all works out for them.
Yeah, that's and that's a shame. And I'll tell you, that was one of the main reasons that I finally picked up a guitar and just started going to the small restaurants and playing solos.
Mm-hmm.
I finally, I didn't have to worry about nobody but myself.
Mm-hmm.
I made way more money. I didn't have to split the money with anybody. And I could book what I wanted when I wanted. And, the wife said, you know what, let's do something. I'd say, okay, I'll just leave that weekend open. Just, as long as she kept me a month in advance, and I could do whatever I wanted to. And I had plenty of places to play. And when I moved from up by St. Louis down here to Florida,
mm-hmm.
As soon as I got down here, I started playing. There's plenty of places to play. It was the pandemic that finally stopped me.
Yeah.
And I don't miss it. I'm going to play tomorrow. A friend of mine over across the street over there, he comes in the chat every once in a while. He lives in a campground. Him and his wife retired with their motorhome and stuff. He's from Knoxville, Tennessee. And we get together and we play, and there's a few people over there, and we just set up a couple little PA systems and play guitars and sing. And he plays, he don't set up drums no more. He just plays percussion, cajon boxes and stuff like
mm-hmm.
that. And we play, and you know what? That does me. That gives me my fix.
Yeah, that is, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, you can go back and forth. You can change things easily, and and especially with somebody that you like being around. Why not?
Yeah.
You just having a good. It's all about having a good time and enjoying yourself.
Yeah, it is. And there's a lot of people, in the campground over there, that come around just to listen. The
mm-hmm.
snowbirds, as we call them, they come.
Oh yeah, you'll get an audience, yeah.
Oh, we get big audiences. Sometimes 40, 50 people will come in. One time we was up there, we did one by the pool, and we play at noon or 1, in the afternoon. Everybody goes to bed early, all the old
mm-hmm.
people around here, and we started getting in, and we started talking. Said, yeah, let's just order a bunch of pizza. So we just ordered a bunch of pizza, had it delivered, and sat there and played music, and people ate pizza, and some people, they bring their coolers, they drink beer. I pretty much my drinking days are pretty much over. I don't drink after dark, and I only drink on Sunday afternoons. I have a couple of beers with my dinner, and once in a while during the week you'll catch me. But it's I can't even drink beer anymore. I get fat. I don't do anything but sit.
I have that problem.
Yeah, yeah. And mine was really bad because I worked outside, all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was always moving and doing physical work, and I worked around the house all weekend and everything. And when I retired, I kept eating like I always did, and I didn't do anything. And boy, I'll tell you, I just blowed up like a toad frog. And that's what it does. That's what it's like to get old, and I accept it. Hopefully, let me see. Are we missing any? I need to look. I have to adjust my eyes to read.
Well, it doesn't look like there's anyone new in the chat here.
Can you click them on too, Charles?
No, I cannot.
Oh, you can't. Well,
only you have that power.
Only I have that power.
But yeah, so I could click on Ryan Hall here all day long, but he won't show up on your screen. Only you and anyone that you give permission to for your StreamYard.
Yeah.
can do that.
I see. Yeah, okay. So whoever starts this, I see some. What's going on with Ryan?
Like for example, when I do the show Friday nights with Seth, right? He has
Right.
full. I've given him full power over my StreamYard, and
Mm-hmm.
so both him and I can bring up comments.
Oh,
But
can I
but
give you
even
full power too? I don't care.
yeah,
You won't come in and troll me.
you don't know that for sure.
I would. I don't care anyway. You know me.
Mm.
Um, you know, isn't there a way too though? Like when I do these streams, isn't there a way you can also put it on your page too, where people can watch it from your side?
Yeah, it should give me the option when I first come in. Do I want to broadcast it to my channel as well?
Does
Usually
it
it's
do
on
that?
the upper right hand side of the StreamYard screen. Haven't even paid attention to it when I come on with you
Oh,
because it's
right.
just
Yeah.
happen to be talking to Doc.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. But if you ever want to, just do it. Feel free if it'll bring you anybody over to your channel.
I appreciate that.
You know that. Oh, let me see. So what have I been missing? Have we missed anything? Anybody said anything important? Oh, it says new comments down here. I better click.
Well, Dennis does say it's been fun once or twice a month, 3 hour gigs close to home. So
Yeah, 3 hour. Oh, yeah. So the band is going to be over then, huh, Dennis? That's a drag.
you never know. Maybe their keys player will come back. Maybe it wasn't.
Get another get another keyboard player, or a guitar player, or a harmonica player, or something, or play 3-piece. Who cares? Like I said, people just want to feel the beat and dance usually, and but that really sucks, man. You know when you're again, it's like somebody has control over your music of you,
Mhm.
you know, and that's really tough.
Well, I came across Dennis Ellis's channel had just come to me in my recommendations. Right, it was, and so I had pulled him up, and I love that thing where he does on his channel where he'll play someone's video and then play
Yeah, and
along
then
with
plays
it.
to it. Yeah,
It was such a cool idea, and he does it so well. And he's
yeah,
just a character, so it all works, right?
yeah. I like that. Yeah,
Love it.
yeah. He hadn't been doing them lately, has he? Because I've been getting prompted for him.
It has been a while since I've been over there, and I'm wondering if it's a notifications thing. You're right.
Yeah, I don't know. I YouTube is so
It's weird because even with the channels that you have, you're supposed to get all the bells sometimes. It's
you
like
don't.
you don't always. Yeah.
No, you don't. Um, YouTube, I know, has been pushing. There's a couple of channels that I've watched, and they basically are doing the same videos that I do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They even have the same pictures and cover photos that I use, and a lot of it is the same script that I use,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an AI voice doing it with just now they don't do their pictures like I do. I'll try to keep mine in
Right.
sequence. They're throwing any picture they want up there, and you know what's sad? A lot of the videos have more views than mine.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. And that's the thing. I really worry about AI because I think what we're doing in that vein, I think we're losing our creativity. We're asking something else to
Oh, you
create something
are
for us. And there's that
totally.
human element isn't really there. And
Yeah.
there's
Well,
also that other side of it of I wonder how much with AI, you know, you really open yourself up to um not copyright but plagiarism, right? Because it's pulling it from somewhere else. It's pulling someone else's ideas. And is it pulling them wholesale? Is it, you know,
yeah.
rephrasing? Is it rewriting it all? Who knows?
Yeah. Well, I'm one of them kind of people. I've got to know. I research. I like to look at things, and I always believe I'm old school to
Mm,
a real, as you can see, just to a real certain extent. I like to play guitar, and when I like to play, I like a guitar plugged into a tube amp. That's it. I don't need all the newfangled stuff that came out, and I was the same way when I played piano and keyboards. I'd play an old DX7 and had a regular string piano underneath me. But I stayed up on top of things to see, and I have researched AI quite a bit. My 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 son and some other people are getting into the newer parts of YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I researched it, and AI will do anything right now. There's free. You can go. I'll have to
Yeah.
look it up. I stayed away from it because it really made me. It really made me feel bad for the whole music world. You can go in there and take. You got a hook line for a song,
Mm-hmm.
and you can type the hook line in,
Oh, it'll write the rest of the song. Yeah.
write, play, and sing it, and it will put it. You can tell it the tempo you want, the feel you want, and if you don't like that, you can say, okay, the words and everything's good, but I'd like it with more of a blues feel. And in 2 or 3 minutes, you'll have a song wrote for you. And
Yeah.
it's pretty good. I hate to say it, and the artist, well, it's been gone from music for a while now. I mean, they they care more about shows than they do music. Putting on,
Yeah, we're kind of we're getting rid of the creativity out of creative pursuits.
yeah, yeah, the creativity's gone. It is because they make it creating a song, writing a song, getting together with other musicians and playing together. That doesn't have to be anymore. You can do it all by yourself.
Yeah,
And and I don't mean just because you can play every part. If you can't play a part, there's a computer that will play it
it
for
will
you,
play it for you. Sure.
and it'll do what you tell it to. And it's kind of like even art. Once computers, you got generated art and everything like that. You don't have to draw it. You can tell it what you want, and people do things just like that and sell those pictures because they created the computer created, but they told the computer what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And we're all going to have to live with that. You really want to find out how bad our music, our live music is nowadays. Go watch Wings of Pegasus with a gentleman named Phil.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he is. You wouldn't believe all of the people that their live shows that they're just lip syncing to
Yeah.
it. He
What?
even come out and then boy, this one really got ripped. Was what's the gal? I can't think. She's the biggest gal out there. She started out in country. Not Taylor. Is it Taylor Swift?
Oh, you're talking Miley Cyrus or
No, Taylor
okay.
Swift.
Taylor Swift? Okay, yeah, she's a big one.
She's a songwriter and everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's lip syncing her whole show. But here's the thing: she can dance and she puts on a good show, and I understand that's hard.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Back in the day, Tina Turner couldn't lip sync, and she could move all night on stage. They lose that.
Yeah, it's like they figure if they do that, nothing can go wrong, right? You don't have to you don't have to worry about having an off night with your voice and
Yeah,
doing too many shows in a row. And
they don't do that. Yeah, and it never bothered me. I was looking on YouTube the other day, just going through live shows. Oh, and don't even ask me why. Well, I can tell you why. I was actually a fan of the Osmond Brothers, but I liked them later on when they went over to country and they started singing. They were doing more a cappella, four-part harmony stuff. I really enjoyed the music. I actually went to Branson, Missouri and watched them, but this is years later. But when they was younger, they was just kids. Donnie was like 12 years old.
yeah,
And they was doing a live show outside. It was in Ohio at a fair. And all 5 of them was there. They had on Elvis Presley style jumpsuits,
oh God,
and everything they was choreographed to a point. They knew what they was doing. They was constantly moving. A smile never left their face. They was running around, and you could hear like they was doing Down by the Lazy River and all them kind of songs. And you could hear Merrill, the guy, he sang the lead parts on it. You could hear him. He was just out of breath. He wasn't hitting his notes, but it made no difference. You know, he was working. They, he sang it, and it was fine. Um, all the, all the, you know,
Well,
them guys,
you had all the aspects of it. You had the showmanship along with the actual music,
yeah, yeah,
instead of being divorced from each other. It's
yeah,
like, let's lip sync and then dance everything. We worry more about the choreography than
yeah.
music. Yeah.
Somebody said, well, somebody showing like Tina Turner, and the Ikeettes. No, their dance steps wasn't in perfect time, but my God, them women kept moving.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina kept singing and moving, and sure she was out of breath. Sure she missed notes. Who
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't?
Yeah, exactly. Well, but that's the whole thing. I think a lot
Yeah.
of people in this modern age of auto tune and lip syncing and everything else is what really makes the music authentic is all those little human things that have, all the little mistakes in it, right? That's what gives it its soul, its dimension, right? It's
Right. Yeah. It's all gone. And that's fine because that's why I stay. I'm stuck in the '60s and '70s, and I'll probably stay there. Until the day I die. And not that I don't like the new music, but I just like the old stuff better. Everybody had a personality. Everybody had a style. Even the
Mhm.
bands. Charles had a new idea for you to rap a guitar from Doc, thanks to his video on Waylon. Okay, what's that all about? That's an inside information.
Well, that I think what Ryan is saying, he has an idea for us to do that,
For a
and he's
rap.
thanking you
Oh.
for your video on Waylon.
Oh, okay,
I
okay. So,
speak fluent Ryan.
yeah. Let's go through a few here real quick. My boyfriend stopped playing out shortly before we got together. Now he's jamming in his room, and I keep telling him to get a band. He should do it. No,
I guess it all depends for his reasons for getting out of it too, right? Was it
yeah.
similar kind of thing for you? Okay, I could rather just play on my own, or it's less complicated, or I don't want to deal with the drama anymore, right? It's like,
Yeah, playing in a band don't even interest me anymore. Like I said, I'm getting old. I'm really old,
mhm.
but it don't. I still like to play, but I don't do it. He might not want to get into a band. Maybe he just wants to play by himself. I don't know. I mean, music is such an individual type thing. It's an art form, and everybody paints a different picture. Nobody paints the
Mhm.
same, and we all think different.
And
But
sometimes
you
we
know
don't
what?
like other people using our crayons.
Yeah. Well, you know, I give credit to Colleen. I don't know what to call you, damn it. to at least give him the freedom to be able to do it. My
Yeah,
wife's
for sure.
always give me that. And like I said, today is my anniversary, and we've been married 34 years. She's put up with me. She knew me before, even right when I decided I was going to come back.
She knew you before you were Doc.
Oh yeah, she knew me. She knew how I was and how, But she let me play music just as she never. So many weekends and weekday nights we couldn't do things because I was always playing all the time. Um, just did. The bass player quit. Oh, last Thanksgiving.
Mhm. So Dennis has been doing overtime, making it all work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not no fun. Is Oh, let's see. Oh yeah, back to the '60s and '70s. I do. I miss the live groups bad. You know.
It's just everybody had, that was the thing. Everyone had their own sound, right? You knew
Yeah.
first three notes, you knew who it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And that's the way with a lot of them. I mean, all the groups. I mean, all them players and stuff from. I just said it in the Waylon Jennings
Mhm.
video I did. All it took was one chord or just a little bit of his voice. You knew exactly who he was. I mean, all I had to do was hear just a few notes of Gary Richrath playing a guitar, and I knew who he was. You know, he had that was REO Speedwagon sound. Um, all of them like that. You know, the rock bands, the country bands, the blues players. I mean, you know, you knew Johnny Winter or Stevie Ray Vaughan. You knew who they were because they
Yeah.
each had. Nowadays, it's everybody's the same. Country music's terrible about that.
Oh, it all sounds the same. It's like you can't tell one from the other.
No, they all do. They all sound the same, look the same, and sing about the same stuff. They don't even really write their own material.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hello, Kevin Pittman. How you doing?
Oh, there.
Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. I recognize the picture, I think. Kevin Pittman. Where you from, Kevin? If you don't mind, what state besides of mental? Yeah, Tina knew about the West Coast.
That's true.
Yeah, you know, Ike and Tina, man, that's a story. You know, they started out in St. Louis where I live,
Mm-hmm.
and now I was just a wee little child. I couldn't get to East St. Louis if I wanted to, but man, there was some nightclubs over there with some of the best horn music. I mean, oh God.
Well, and that's kind of a really interesting dynamic because really Ike had his own thing going before Tina, and
Yeah.
he brought her in, and just she overshadowed him so much.
Oh,
You
sure.
imagine how that had to be hard to deal with, right? You know.
Well, it was because he was so insecure. He knew if she would
Mhm.
leave, he was done for, and he was.
Yeah.
When she finally,
When she left, that was it. Yeah.
yeah, the only thing she asked, she let him have everything too, and there was a lot of money. And all she asked for was her name.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted the name Tina Turner because I could give that to her, because her real name's Anna Mae Bullock, and Anna Mae is what she went by when they first started playing, and he gave her the name Tina. And she wanted that name, and he gave it to her. And it wasn't long. She picked up a manager, and they was flat broke because she had, you know, all the kids. I think there was 4 kids, and they were all boys, teenage boys, and she was trying to raise them, trying to get back out. And you know, Ike blackballed her pretty bad, trying to keep her from doing
Mm-hmm.
anything. He was,
He made the effort. Yeah.
yeah, he was really he was sick. That man was sick. You know, Tina wrote a book years ago, and it's probably the best one to read because it was fresh in her mind. And it's called I, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
I, Tina. And the things that she said in there, you know, and you start thinking about it and you go, holy cow, how did she live with that?
How did
You
she
know,
put up with all that stuff for that long?
yeah, yeah. And he beat her, you know, just all the time. But she survived and got out and came back, and well, you know her comeback. I mean, she was a megastar.
Fantastic. Yeah. I mean, just no one better. Just not.
Yeah, I've always had a fondness for Tina Turner. You know, and she was just as good live. She was so good live. You know, especially for what she did, and the way she performed. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and you know, nowadays, like I said, sure, they overperform. You know what I'm saying? Tina just did it naturally. You know,
Well,
just a,
and well into her 60s and 70s. You know, it was just,
mm-hmm,
you know,
yeah, yeah, oh yeah. She did it until she couldn't do it no more,
no.
and everything. Yeah, let's see. I've been around your chat before. I live in Chatham County, Tennessee. That might be close to Ryan Hall. Ryan Hall's up in Tennessee, aren't you?
That is.
Yeah.
That is.
Yep. What does Ryan have to say? In our heyday, I owned the studio. We were practiced. The PA mic stand, my sister, and had her keyboard. Okay, I see. I can see it now.
Mm-hmm.
Drummer owned his stuff, but I had 2 sets, 2 bass.
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of equipment. I had way too much myself. I got too much now.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot more to Ryan Hall than meets the eye. I'm just saying.
Yeah. He keeps all that stuff there.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan still gets out. He still puts out a video every now and
He
then. I
does. He
see.
puts out a video now and then, and acoustic. His acoustic performances are great. I love it when he
Yep.
does a John Prine song.
Mm-hmm.
He's like
Mm-hmm.
right. It's like right in his zone.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, John Prine was. Them songs are great anyway.
Yeah,
You know, great memory. And Ryan does them really well.
he does.
He does. I
And he's
enjoy
got his
listening
own
to him.
character to him. I love it. After he did like his first couple, then the hat came in, and it was like,
Yeah.
the attitude came in. It was great. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. That's good. That's good. I think I caught up about everything. I don't know. I'm glad it's not going real fast tonight. It's not a lot of people out tonight. Like I said, I even noticed I can tell with the channel,
Mm-hmm.
how many views it's getting and how many this, that, and the others. It's been a real slow week on YouTube.
Yeah.
You're welcome, Ryan. That'll be $50 a piece.
Or two John Prine songs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or two John Prine songs. Yes, sir. That's it. No, it's great to see YouTube. Even YouTube's not what it used to be.
Yeah.
It's just not. Used to be you just got on there. You could talk about. Nothing had to be structured. Like even my videos now. I have to do them. I have to do them different than when I used to. When I first started doing them.
Right.
People, they wouldn't. For
There's
a
that,
while, everything. I don't know.
I know what you're
Go ahead.
saying. There's that pressure to have it more put together than it used to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I hated to get to that point. But you had to, or the thing was, YouTube is in control because if you don't do it the way they want it, they're not going to show the impressions and put it in front of your people, no matter whether you're subscribed and the bell's rung or not. They're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And it's sad because you get people, you get all your subscribers and everything, and then all of a sudden one will come on and go, "Man, I never saw this video." And you're looking back, and it was a video I put out 2 months ago. Yeah, well, catch up, and then they'll go back and catch up and go, "Well, man, you've had 3 or 4 put out." I said, "Yeah." I found the channels that I usually watch for entertainment, not
Mhm.
music channels, but just other things that I enjoy. I go directly to the channel,
Yeah.
and then I click on video, and then it'll put the list of videos up, and I can scroll through them as they've been put out, and I can see whether it was 3 weeks or a month ago and catch up.
Exactly. It's the way that I tend to catch up on things because I know I'm not getting shown everything that I should be shown.
No,
And
you're not.
so, especially stuff, I was like, haven't seen a video from Doc in a while. I'll go over your channel and like, okay, what's he got? And okay,
Yeah.
how come I didn't see that? How come I didn't see that?
Yeah. It's YouTube, and that's it wasn't like that. Like I said, I put up my first YouTube video. I think it's been 13 years ago, and from that time, it has changed drastically.
Mhm.
It's changed drastically since I changed the channel over and started doing the documentary little videos.
Mhm.
Used to
The
be
little
able to do
short ones.
music and stuff before that, and then I had another channel where I had everything from winemaking to making hot wings on there. I've had all kinds of stuff, and I just kept my one YouTube channel. But what got really bad, like I started this one doing music, but my whole plan was my old banner, was going to be River Docs, and I was going to do music and movies, and I was going to do documentaries on both. Well, once I started doing music, and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and mix it in because anybody that likes music from the 60s and 70s also
Kind of
likes
like the
movies.
movies, yeah.
yeah, you know, I mean, we all probably have seen a lot of the same movies and like the same movie stars. I started putting some of them out. YouTube wouldn't show impressions on them because I was changing the niche I was in. I wasn't into you know. I'm sitting there going, man, you know, I got 3 or 4 videos, you know, on different people, Hollywood stars, and I'm gonna put them on another channel. But I'm sitting there going, man, I don't want to build. I got enough trouble keeping up with this one channel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't really want to start a second channel.
Yeah.
But if I put them on there, I'm afraid, you know, that YouTube will scratch what people now are seeing, what videos I have.
Yeah.
That's the way it
You know,
is.
my wife and I have been talking for the longest time about doing a cooking channel because I'm the cook in the house and she can cook, but she doesn't cook that much, right? You know,
Right. Mm,
so we thought it would be cool to sit there and do that of, okay, here's how I make this. And, you know, because my wife is like that very much. You got to measure and you got to have a teaspoon. And, you know, it's like, you know, down the
right.
whole thing. And I'm like, no, it's just, you know, whatever you feel. And
Yeah.
so we've been playing around with the idea of doing that for a couple of years now, but just never sat down to actually do it because
Yeah.
it is a lot of work.
Well, here's something that I think would probably help to an extent is to start the channel, but you don't have to really keep putting videos on it. I mean, if you want to keep a channel going, you've got to put a video a week out, or it just don't work on YouTube no more.
What?
Um, yeah, it
That's
just don't.
you know, there I get in these pockets between where I can't really work on a fabric top. And what really
Yeah,
keeps the channel going are the 2 live streams, right?
yeah, right. Well, you know, that's I was thinking on that subject. Um, tr- the fabric top is something that you want to do in the future. I mean,
Hmm.
you know, maybe move when you retire to have your side hustles. I mean,
Right.
everybody's got side hustles anymore. I mean, nobody retires anymore, you know, and just says, "Oh, I've got plenty of money." Not in this economy, you
No, that
don't.
doesn't happen.
No, but what you should here's the thing: you're going to have a very, very small niche
Yeah.
of people that's going to want to learn how to make a fabric top, and you really want people just to buy yours anyhow. If you think about it,
Hmm.
okay, maybe um, start working in and making a video, a short video, you know, 3, 4, 5 minutes, one a week on guitar repair, simple guitar repair,
Right.
simple things, how to string your guitar, how to take the nut out. I mean, and I learned this. This was funny. Um, when I come back and quit playing, well, I took, you know, I was everything. I had to keep side hustles, work a day job, try to play music, this, that. We're always trying to make money. The music store I used to go to, and had been going to since I was knee high to a grasshopper, said, you know, we got an opening for a guitar teacher down here. And I go, I can't teach people how to play guitar. I don't know what I'm doing half the time myself. They
Hmm.
said, yeah, but you play piano and bass guitar. You can teach them all this. And I said, um, no, I said, I can't. I said, you know, most stuff I learned on myself. I can read a little music, you know, and as um, a lot of the musicians say, I can read just enough music that it don't affect my playing. But what I found out was, I said, well, you know, I'll try it a little bit. You know, you want to give me a night a week and give me beginner students. Well, you know, you start taking people that are beginning, they got lessons. You got to teach them how to hold a guitar, how to hold a
Yeah.
pick. There's so many beginning things, and there's lots of people. I mean, I know there's thousands and thousands of people on YouTube that just want to be able to string their own guitar, and it's hard to find a decent.
And I've done some of that here and there, right? I've got some bench top work stuff on my channel too, but it's not really everything that I do.
Yeah,
Um,
no,
but I'm gonna tell you, Doc, I have to slide out now because I'm getting kidnapped in like 30 seconds here.
Is Mama coming home?
Mama's home.
Mama's home. All right. Charles, thank you very much. I'm going to get a link up to your channel and get people over there after you go away. Everybody tell Charles goodbye and thank you for stopping in, and we'll be here probably next Wednesday.
All right. Thank you, my friend.
Take care, my friend.
Cheers.
All right, that was Charles 75N. And Charles does have his own channel, and he does lives chats on Friday starting at 8 Eastern, I believe, and Sunday morning, 11 o'clock Eastern. It's noon my time. And I'm going to look him up real quick, and I'll put a link to his channel. And if you haven't subscribed to Charles, I wish you'd do it and go by and listen to some of his and Seth on Friday night. Man, them guys really get going and have a real nice chat going. Hang on just a minute here. I'm having all kinds of problems tonight, folks. I'll tell you what. You'd think I'd have this all down by now. And I'm going to put Charles's channel up here. And there it is in the chat down there. And this is his. And go by and check him out. You know, just go in and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And hopefully you'll get notified. And get by his chat. I need to come by. I've been missing out lately. I've been doing a lot of work on the sides and on other things. And as I said, trying to keep a YouTube channel going and trying to keep my house going and get out once in a while and do a few things for myself. You know, I want to get out and do some fishing and camping. When winter comes around down here in South Florida, that's the time of the year you get out and do some things because you don't want to do that in the summer. Now let me see if I can catch up anything. So, Ryan Hall and Kevin Pittman, you guys are neighbors. Close to it, huh? I'll be darned. We got a couple people from Tennessee in here. Ryan's down south. Yeah, Ryan's close to the Alabama border, I think. See, Kyle. You know what, Colleen? That I learned to play piano from my mom and my grandma when I was a kid, and I played by ear. But as I progressed, I started playing guitar, and I play bass guitar, and I can play banjo. I can play all kinds of stuff. Or I could. And I took about 6 months of music theory, and I took it on a piano. And that music theory carried over into every instrument I played. So yeah, if you can learn to play a piano, you have a good basic knowledge and background of music. And I'm not saying you have to read music to be able to play good. Most great players don't read music very well or just a little bit, you know. But that's a fact for sure. Charles is a real good man. And he served and retired from the service. Mm-hmm. Hey, Jack Bird, how you doing? Well, you know, I do my take on my favorites. If you go through my channel, you know, there's over 100 videos on there, and they're all people that I like. I don't do videos, you know, there's some people that I haven't done videos on. Some people will say, well, you know, you could do this one or that one. And I go, yeah, I could. But I'm just not into them. You know, and I'm not saying that they're not great or they're not good. It's just, I just kind of do what I'm into, you know, and for the people that do like them and follow along, I appreciate it, you know. Let's see. When I was young, my mom was a backup singer to a guy who called himself Little David Wilkins. Little David Wilkins, wasn't he also a DJ too at one time? Um, I'm trying to think. That name rings a bell. Um, I worked out in Nashville for a long time, quite a few number of years on weekends after I came home, and that's why I knew with Waylon Jennings. I knew a lot. I used to work with Waylon's brother, Tommy. He's about a year younger than Waylon, and it was actually one of the first gigs that I started playing to where I wasn't playing in a bar. I was playing shows, and I was uh, I was 19 years old, and I was wanting to be a guitar. I was a guitar player. I was a guitar player in a band, and I was wanting to, back then I wanted to be Johnny Winter and Alan Collins, and I got a chance to play bass for Tommy, and he had come through town and come through St. Louis and had about 3 or 4 gigs booked on through. And what had happened, he was playing bass himself, and he had a guitar player and a drummer with him. And long story short, we ran into each other. They came into a place that I was playing, and they had a show the next day. And he asked me, he said, "Can you play country music?" And I said, "Yeah, I can play country music." And I said, "I'm a better bass player right now than I am a guitar player. I just switched over." And he said, "You can play bass?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Want to play a show tomorrow?" And we did an opening for a Walmart. This was back like 1976 or 77. And so I really got, I was in and out through Nashville a lot with a lot of them people playing. And then I went on to play a lot more. I played behind a lot of stars from Nashville, but that was, like I said, that was after I retired from playing on the road, trying to do my own thing. Yeah, Frank Marino. Yeah, I had problems with that video. People kept putting copyright strikes on me and everything for it. It's a mess. Running a YouTube channel is not easy. Trust me, fellas and girls and guys, whatever. Well, you're very welcome, Hornback. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope things turn out to doctor's appointments. I don't like them things anymore. The older you get, the more things they try to find wrong with you. Take care, and thanks for coming in. So whoever turned you on forgot to turn you off. Yeah, he had some songs out in Nashville. He I can't remember. My mind is really slower than it used to be. Well, I'll tell you something, Colleen. And when I met Tommy in 1977, and I spent about 2 weeks with him, and I learned that Waylon played bass with Buddy Holly from Tommy. I didn't know it either. And remember, that happened back in the late 50s. And Tommy told me some of the stories, about Waylon and Buddy. And God, I love that. I wish I'd have wrote it all down. I didn't, and trying to talk off the top of my head something that somebody told me 40 some odd years ago, I'm going to get it tangled a little bit too. Um, it they was a lot better friends and a lot closer than people know from what Tommy told me. Waylon had a tough time losing Buddy. He really did. He was a mentor to him, just like I said in the video. A lot of that came, from things that Tommy had told me. in them 2 short weeks that we worked together. And I seen him a few times after that, you know. But, you know, we spent some time in the motels, you know, hanging out between shows and stuff. And it was fun, you know, and I never pressured for questions. I even knew back then. It was just when Tommy felt like talking, you know, we'd talk and he'd get around to Waylon naturally. I mean, Waylon was the biggest thing since sliced bread back in 76 and 77. Excuse me. So, yeah, the connection between Waylon and Buddy is very close, a lot closer than most people know. I will tell you that. You know, in some of the stories that Tommy told me, you know, I some of them I'll just keep. I don't let everything out that I know, but they had a lot of fun together playing and doing them shows. And Buddy really believed in Waylon's talent. He was one of the first people to believe in Waylon. And for somebody to play and sing, you know, for somebody, it's really good to have somebody like that really believes in you, you know, and that helped. It helped Waylon. It's what, you know, what kept him after the plane crash. He quit playing for a while, and he definitely, the words that Buddy had told him and spoke to him helped him get going. Do I still have any 45s, LPs, or tapes? Let me know if you'd like to buy some. You know, I don't use them anymore. I lost most all of my albums. I told you I lived in St. Louis for a lot of years. I actually lived up on the Illinois side by the Mississippi River, and back in 1993 and 95, we had some of the awfulest flooding you ever seen. And some of my stuff was in a storage unit down by the river, and all my albums got trashed. And I never played them again. You know, I stayed mostly with CDs and things like that. And nowadays, I don't have. I got rid of most everything. Most all the music I listen to is all through computers and digitalized. You know. I always thought someday I'd like to buy another turntable and start an album collection, but I don't have room for the guitars that I got, much less albums and do them that way to listen to albums and things. I just listen to it off of the computer. I'm glad to be here, man. You know, I dig music. And it's nice to have people to talk to. You know, I like y'all that comes in. You know, we just sit here. We're just sitting here hanging just like a bunch of friends and things. That's like I said, Charles, he just comes in when he feels like it and says hi. If any of y'all ever want to come on and just talk and set your camera up and come in and say hi to people, I know Ryan Hall might do it. Any of y'all want to just come in and talk, you know, you're more than welcome to. This isn't a, what can I say, a fancy show or done anything. I don't do this. I do this just for the fun of it and for y'all here, you know, and that's what it's going to stay, you know. Oh, I'm into me playing that record of myself? Sure. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff of me out there. I got videos from 1980, 81. I got tapes from the 70s. I don't know if I could ever get by with playing any of them. I don't have them uploaded to YouTube. But yeah, there's tapes. I got pictures of myself. I don't. Have you ever seen the pictures of me playing? What I looked like back then? Did you ever see them, Ryan? I know I had the pictures. I think I showed some pictures once in a while. I looked a lot different than I do now. That's for sure. Let me look real quick here and see if if I've still got 'em. This, I don't know if this will work or not. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, I think I shared some a while back. I can't remember. I don't know. I'll look and see if I got some. Let's see. I had an uncle that sat in with Tennessee Ernie Ford one time. Yeah, you know, Jack. I like I said, all I ever knew was music when I first started growing up, and I didn't really quit and start um, into a workforce job until I was 30 years old. Um, I'm glad I did, you know, because once you get to that age, you know, your odds aren't. But you know, you want family and things like that, and we have children and things, and I'm glad, you know, I had my chance, and it just didn't really work out. But yeah, getting out, old Tennessee Ernie Ford, boy, that guy had a voice. And I used to just laugh my hind end off at him on them when he played cousin Ernie on I Love Lucy. He was a character, man. That was so funny. But I loved his voice. He had a great, well, I don't know, baritone, bass voice, whatever you want to call it. He could really get down in the register, though. Yeah, he could do that. I don't, Ryan. I'm still going to look for some old recordings. If I can, if you want, I'll send them to you or something. If you just want to hear them, um, I don't know. I don't have any way to actually play any here uh, to do that. I don't know if I can email you videos or not. I don't know how big they are. I don't know if I'd have to burn them down or whatever. Let's see here. I'm still looking for. Let's see if I go to YouTube here. If I, no, I have to do it here. I'm still looking. Man, I get confused with this. This a lot of this stuff is too newfangled for me. Oh, let's see. No, but we can do it. Yeah, there we go. Favorite scary movie for tomorrow? I don't know. I think probably the movie that scared me the most when I was a kid or younger, as a teenager, was The Exorcist. That movie just scared the piss out of me. That was when I was younger, and I liked the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was definitely one of my favorite. I'll look around. I know there's some video or some old recordings of me singing songs like the Hippie Hippie Shakes. I don't know if you ever heard that, by Shan Romero, and Georgia Satellites redid it. It's back when when my voice didn't sound like a bottle of whiskey and I gargled with razor blades. My life has been the scariest movie ever. Yeah. I had some scary times too. Yeah, that'd probably be my two scary movies: The Exorcist and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Well, guys, you know what? The Birds. Yeah, the Birds, then The Exorcist. I still got the Birds somewhere around here. Yeah, I used to be able to sing that in the original key. I don't know how. I can't even think that high anymore. But guys, it's going on 9:30. I got to get out of here. I got to get up. I got a lot of work to do tomorrow, and I'm going to go over to a buddy's house. I'm taking part of the day off. But I do want to thank you all for stopping by. You know, if you get a chance, go by and visit Charles. He's always got a good thing going on in his channel. And we'll try to come back here next Wednesday night. Y'all want to come in and just talk? Think of whatever you want to chat it up about, and we can do that. Dennis Ellis, I'm sorry about your band breaking up, buddy. Get out and put some more videos out. I'll listen to them. Just let me know. Ryan Hall, Colleen, Kevin Pittman. Who else? I know there's a few more people in here that came in that I've missed. I just can't keep up with it all. Hornback, he left. Jack Bird, thank you for stopping in tonight. I know I'm missing a few people probably from the beginning. Michael Chewing, he was here earlier. But anyway, everybody, as Ryan Hall says right here, have a safe and happy Halloween. And be careful, be good, and be kind to each other. That's the important thing, all right? You're very welcome, and I want to thank you all, because if it wasn't for you, you know, my channel would be nothing. That's what it is. Thank you, Colin. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Y'all take care now. I'm going to fly.